So this is Motunau Beach Part 2, Motunau Island Reserve. So this is the harbour here, or the river. This is an actual river. Some people cross on the other side over there. So it's the fishing, according to one of the bits of information I got, there's some good fishing on a beach that side. There's the Motunau Island out there, and this is some of the houses. There's a lot more houses there. Let's go down to the beach. It says extreme danger, keep clear of falling cliff face. See that cliff face up there, looks like sandstone or something, very soft rock. Time to time it's sort of just, you know. So let's just have a little wander down at the beach here, see what we can find. Hello, there's a bird there. What's that? Some sort of heron almost. Look at his beak, look. You see it over there? Don't know if you can make that out. He'll fly off by the time I get up to him. But he's just looking for... He's stalking bits and pieces. He reminds me of some sort of a heron. He's a bit smaller than a heron, but he's very similar. He's not a cormorant or anything like that. But look at the length of that beak, look. I have to look this up when I get back. He spot me now. He's going to fly off in a minute. Just very careful. I don't know if you can see him. Look. He's got a white sort of head. He's got a little bit of grey on top. Long beak, long legs, and he's looking around the rocks for crabs and things like that. I'm just going to walk around him, try not to spook him. See him? Look at that. There he is. Look at that. Beautiful creature. He's on plonk right in the water, waiting for a little mullet. Beautiful. So this is low tide-ish. Apologies for the wind again. There's that rock face. Look, you can see the slabs of stone there have just been sliding off. So I suppose if you're leaning up against the wall having a picnic on a hot summer's day, as you can imagine some people in this world would, so that's why the warning sign's up there. It says please mind your head. There's rubber tyre wall there they've used just to this is a sort of a man-made sort of to try and establish, because boats come out of here all the time, some little markers for high tide. There's just enough water there to launch a trailer boat, the smallest trailer boat. You know, really, you probably want to go out there sort of at least half tide up to high water, down to sort of half, tide down again, fish that sort of area. So, it's not the sort of place you can just go out and relax and just think, oh, there's plenty of water for me to get back into port. There's not really. And also when you've got these sort of rocks and things like that at high water, all this is going to be covered. And this is a lose your propeller minefield. And also you don't know what rocks are out there or anything. So for me, this wouldn't be my preferred place to launch a boat. Interesting place. Now you can catch elephant fish off this beach here, off these areas here. Elephant fish, rig or smooth hound. What else can you get? You get blue cod out there. It's much more reefier out here, and you can get blue cod and a whole host of other bits and pieces out there. But the water's a bit murky, a bit churned up at the minute. Been getting a lot of northeasters. Yeah, this is it. This is Motunau Beach. Again, I apologise for the wind buffeting coming through, but it's quite an interesting sort of spot. There's a lot of diving off here as well. People go diving and stuff. There's a lot of current off there. We're actually out on a little point here. We stick out a bit here. There's a lot of current out there. So if you're boating, you've got to be careful. I don't think there's a coast guard here, so it's quite remote. So, you know, if you at the weekend there's a few other boats out, that's okay, but this is where you really want your spare engine and having your wits about and stuff like that. Divers off here over the years have lost their lives. There's been a few accidents over the years where people sort of go under looking for crayfish and bits and pieces like that, and they've never returned, because of the currents and, you know, all sorts of things. So just bear that in mind. This is a fishing and diving paradise, but, you know, it is quite remote, so you've got to have, this is where you have your safety gear wants to be absolutely spot on. And if anything else, if you're going to go out in your boat, go out with a partner buddy, go out with another boat as well. So you've got someone else there to sort of either tow you back in or jump on board or whatever. Look at the beach here, there's some little tiny worm casts, you see them? Whether they're yabbies or what. The yabbies are like these little mini saltwater, almost like lobster style creatures, mini things. They're good baits for mullet. But these do actually look like sort of worm casts. So, they're beach worms or what, I don't know. They don't look very thick casts, so I don't think there'd be much to use for bait. But you can see they've got mussels here, look. Mussels, so if you're really desperate for some bait, if you're really desperate for bait, you could use some of these mussels, look at these. Crack these open, put them on for bait, and they'd be good for mokies, things like that. There's loads of mussels here. Loads and loads. They're not very big. They're not very big mussels, but just one thing to paddle around or something in the shallows there. I don't think so. Alright, so there you are. So another sort of couple of different birds over there. Look, quite interesting. Sort of orange beaks, long orange beaks, used to sort of prize open shellfish, things like that. So there you are, Motunau Beach. It'd be nicer if the sun got out. There's a little bit of low cloud over there. Yeah, it's a place where you can launch your boat. It's a place where you can do a bit of land-based fishing. I've not fished it before. I don't know what snags are out there. Usually you associate a bit of a rock like this. You know, if it's just sand you're fishing off, then you know, it's less likely to lose your gear, obviously. But when you're fishing on this sort of stuff, I don't know whether there's sand behind that. For me, there's probably rock. My information is to the left this way. There's a beach that side. It's good for elephant fish. But I wouldn't want to fish off this. You'd be using rotten bottom. You want to tie on your sinker with a sort of a rotten bottom sort of tactic. So you have a lot of your sinker's tied on with a sort of real light mono, which will snap off when you retrieve it. I suppose you could. There's sand out the front between these two posts here. You could actually put a bait out there, and you've probably got just as good a chance as latching onto an elephant fish. But if you've got a decent size one, you run the risk of getting, you know, it makes it very difficult, doesn't it? But at low tide, at high water-ish, when there's water in here, you could probably just fish off the side here and cast into this channel here, and you've still probably got just as good a chance of catching an elephant fish in a rig just in here. Possibly, I don't know. It's just the locals would have a bit more information about it. That's the thing about venues. If you've not fished them before, it might take you a couple of attempts to start fishing it properly. So don't get frustrated if you turn up at the venue and you don't get it right, or you don't get results straight away. Conditions often have to be absolutely perfect for you to do any good. On that in my other videos about sort of being as sort of successful as you can. That's more down to sort of doing a lot of research. If you're going fishing for the weekend or on a Saturday or whatever, and you've got all day to do it, you want to sort of really study the forecast, and you can almost like tick and cross off beaches you can actually do. You know, you've got your favourite beaches, and depends on what you want to do. So, but there's nothing more daft than sort of turning up blindly and wasting all that fuel money, and then you can't get on with any fishing. But research is key. Research is key. So here we are in the settlement here. It's nice. Not so much wind here, up here. But yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad little spot. Okay, I will leave it with you. And yep, tune in to my channel, subscribe to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show, and more tips and videos will follow. Okay guys, see ya.